The starch solution, a diet of starch. Hello everyone. Today I am coming with a new solution for metabolic syndrome and other ailments as well as obesity. This is what Dr. McDougall has proposed as the starch solution. Dr. McDougall says that starch is the primary source of energy for human beings. He says, see, if you eat starch and fat, fat is the other source of energy for human beings. If we eat starch and fat together, what the body uses first is the starch. It will be converted to glucose and used by every cell in the body. Fat cannot be used by every cell in the body, because certain cells of the brain and certain cells of the blood cells, the red blood cells, require glucose itself, but the body can make it from the byproducts of processing of fat. So, fat is not the main source of energy, no, it's not the primary preferred source of energy for the human beings, according to Dr. McDougall. And as we know, we have all been starch eaters, our staples are starch. So, he proposes a diet that will be mainly based on starches, and starch, as you know, is the way the plants store their food for later use. When they are not getting food, they use up the starch. In the tubers, it is in the roots. So, in human beings, we store it as fat and glycogen. So, the starch is used by all Indians, mainly all Indians use starch as their main ingredient in their diet. In the south, we use rice, in the north, you use millets, rice and millets, and in the south we use rice, in the north it is wheat, and in the central India it is a combination of rice, millets and wheat. So, all these are, and occasionally we substitute tubers and root vegetables for the grains, and these are the main staples proposed by Dr. McDougall. According to Dr. McDougall, your staples should be barley, unpolished whole grains like barley, oats, brown rice, quinoa, buckwheat. Buckwheat is not a wheat, it is what is called kuttu in the north. Rye, bulgur. Bulgur is cracked parboiled wheat, and usually it is durum wheat, the hard wheat. There are the hard wheats, hulled wheats, which are steamed and then cracked, and that is called bulgur. Then triticale is a combination of rye and wheat. It's a hybrid made by man. Then the refined, the other wheat, cracked wheat, which is a cracked wheat rava we call, not the fine semolina, but the big rava made not from durum but from the other wheats. Then wheat berries, whole wheat berries, which can be cooked into a porridge or used like rice. Then maize, whole maize, not corn flour, wild rice, and millets. We have 9 millets in India. These are the staples, and we can also use flours for staples. We are using wheat flour. Substitute it with whole wheat flour. Buy the wheat kernels and have it milled in the mill, and use the whole wheat flour, whole barley, rye, whole maize flour, not corn flour, the white corn flour which is used as a starch thickener in foods. Then soy is to be used only occasionally because it has fat, and also because it has certain hormones, plant hormones, and we are trying through this diet to melt the fat in us. So, adding fats is not in our agenda. So, triticale flour, whole wheat flour, I have said, oat flour and potato flour can be used as flours. And then roots, we can use sweet potato, tapioca, white potato, taro roots, yams, carrots, beets, turnips, and all sorts of root vegetables whole. So, when we use root vegetables and whole grains and unrefined flours, we get a lot of fiber through it. It all has the fiber intact and a little bit of fat in rice, etc., whole rice. and lots of proteins, carbohydrates and fats all are contained in the whole grains. And when we eat those, because of the thick fiber, because of the large amounts of fiber in it, it is not digested very fast, and absorption is also limited by the fiber. Because of that, your sugars will not spike so easily, and then the fiber will also add bulk to your stools and prevent constipation, and also improve your gut bacteria conditions, which are also a cause of diabetes. So those are the foods that have to be your staples. And you can also use legumes except soy. You can use lentils, peas, and things like chickpea, etc., but not groundnuts. Oil nuts like coconuts, groundnuts, and also almonds, walnut, all nuts are barred in this diet. You cannot have the nuts. But later on, when your condition has been reversed, you can add the nuts in limited quantities. So by combining the plant foods, you get all the proteins, vitamins and minerals. Plants are the primary sources of minerals. Why do we say that? Because plants are the living beings which draw the minerals from the soil, and animals get it from plants. So they are the primary sources of minerals. We get the minerals, we get the vitamins, and the protein is got by combining pulses and grains. You get even all the essential amino acids. But we don't get two things. One is vitamin B12 and the other is vitamin D. For vitamin D, you have to stand in the sun for 10 minutes at least every day, or a few more minutes 2 or 3 times a week between 10 o'clock and between up to 3 or 4 o'clock, because at that time you get the maximum UVB rays. You don't have to stand too long. You can add spices to your foods. You can add cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, chilies, and ginger, garlic. All these things are spices and condiments are permitted, but lots of things are prohibited. And because we are trying to melt fat, or anything that contains fat except in limited quantities like whole grains are banned. So coconut, nuts, etc. are also not allowed. Soy is limited. The don't eat list is quite long, and they contain many things which we are used to, and that is, first one is cow's milk. He doesn't speak about goat's milk. Maybe that is permitted, I do not know. Cow's milk, because of the fat and because it is inflammatory, and also it is a histamine producing food. It will cause inflammation in the body. And another reason is many people are allergic to the lactose in the cow's milk, and cows mainly because the McDougall diet is a completely vegan diet, and it bars eating of any kind of animal food. So don't eat cow's milk. You don't use it in cooking. Instead, substitute it with plant milk. You can make rice milk. I will show you the recipe. Then you can have fruit juices. You can put orange juice instead of your milk in your cake, or low fat soy milk occasionally. And for drinking, you can have plant milks or water or juice or herb teas. Better not have herb teas and water or plant cereal beverages. Cereals like rice milk, they are milks made from cereals. Then butter is prohibited, ghee is prohibited, cheese you cannot have, cottage cheese also you can't have, but you can have tofu, which is a kind of soy milk cheese, or nut based cheeses you can have. Curds and yogurt are bad, creams and ice creams bad, eggs in any form in cooking or in eating eggs is bad, and instead of egg you can have egg substitutes in cooking. Then meat, poultry and fish you cannot have. Mayonnaise you cannot have commercial, especially you can have tofu mayonnaise. I don't know, the recipe is there in the website. Vegetable oils, all vegetable oils including olive oil are bad. Then refined cereals like Kellogg's, etc. are not to be had. Coconut is bad because of the oil. White rice, you cannot have white rice, you can have whole grain rice, brown rice. White flour, you have to have whole wheat flour, whole barley flour, whole grain flours. Chocolate with carob powder. Coffee and tea with tisanes or teas made from other leaves like moringa leaf tea or turmeric tea or mulberry tea, passion fruit leaf tea. You can have those teas, but not the coffee and tea with caffeine. And colas can be replaced only by pure water. You cannot have any cola. So that is the sum and substance of the starch diet. Those who want to eat starch can eat as much as they want and fill themselves up as much as they want, but that will not be too much because you are not eating any fat and you have eliminated fat almost totally from your diet. And these starches contain a large amount of fiber which will keep you from feeling hungry for longer, and these starches will fill you up also. And when you eat a quantity, you are full and you don't keep on eating like you will if you are using refined flours, because they spike your blood sugar and they spike your insulin and you keep on eating. So you can eat as much as you want of these starches, provided you don't eat the banned substances. Fruit is limited. Fruit is limited to 3 servings a day for normal people who don't have diabetes and who don't have high triglycerides or high cholesterol, because fruit goes on to increase your cholesterol and your triglycerides. So fruit is limited to 3 servings a day, and for those with these troubles like diabetes and high cholesterol or imbalanced lipid profile, fruit should be minimized to the least quantity, maybe 1 serving a day or not at all. So this is the sum and substance of the starch diet. Please, if you are interested, explore the website and see if you can start the starch diet with the advice of your doctor. It is not going to lead you to hypoglycemia. It will slowly melt your fat because fat is eliminated from your diet. And there are lots of options of foods. You can have chickpeas, so chickpeas flour. So you can have as your main meal what the Gujaratis have called dokla, not a snack. You can have lots of dokla, you can have chundals, you can have what is that, pulses and rice combined, doshas, idlis, all those you can have, provided you don't use oil on them. You have to instead pour it on the tawa and cover it with a lid and allow it to cook on low heat, and so that it is thoroughly cooked. Earlier we used to sprinkle lots of oil on that. So in that way, if you start eating in 2 weeks at least, you will see some results, and if you find it is suitable and you can stick to it longer, you can go on to reverse your condition, and then you can add your favorite foods in limited quantities with under the guidance of your doctor, so that you don't feel deprived. An occasional cheat day is okay in every diet, provided it is not followed for consecutive days and it doesn't go on for weeks. So once in a while is okay. Since you are not eating any fat, your carbohydrate has to provide the to be transformed to fat to make the fat for your bile. The bile is made of cholesterol, and your cell walls are made of cholesterol. Lots of cholesterol is required by your body, and all those requirements are made, 85% of it is made by your liver itself, and the liver will go on and make it from the starch. So you don't get any kind of deficiencies except B12 and vitamin D, for which solutions he has provided. So I hope you enjoyed the knowing about the starch diet. I hope you liked it, and this is all. Anybody who undertakes anything should consult their doctor. So if you like it, please like, share and subscribe. So bye till the next video. Bye.